Yeah. Come on. Let's talk it out. Say what you wanna say. Let's talk. Let's talk whatever you've been through. 'Cause your love will always shine through. Oh, let's talk it out. Come on. Let's talk what's going on today. 'Cause day is a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. Let's talk. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Talk it out. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Let's Talk Show. Season number 2, you guys. Man, I just cannot wait to get started with season 2. We have a lot of surprises that's going to be, but one special, dear, lovely surprise that we have today is our co-host. I can't call her a new co-host because she was here when we started, but she wasn't here, but she was here. And I would like to introduce her to everybody, Miss Rhonda Hightower.
Hi.
Could
Thank you
tell
for
us-
having me.
Yes. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm born and raised in Fresno. I'm a Panther, bred. Washington Union's the high school that I went to. I'm just excited to be here because I was here, but I wasn't here. But now I'm here.
We're glad you're here. We're glad
Thank
you're
you.
back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, and then I got my beautiful co-host Kendra. She's back with us for season 2.
Hi. I'm Kendra. Like I said in the last season, I'm a nurse for 22 years, and I absolutely love what I do, and I'm glad to be here.
All right. We love having you.
Thanks.
And what we call you? Sweet and sexy. Pimpin'. We got Pimpin' back. Season 2, Lilly Pancotti. Yes.
Thank you.
So you're going to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes. My name is Lilly. I work at a property management company, and I've been there for about 6 years. Love it. I'm a mother of 3 boys and 1 girl. I'm married, been married forever to a very good man. I thank God for him every day. That's about it.
Okay. Well, I'm Lashonda Lee, your host, and I am a person that has a heart, and I love speaking about issues that matter and trying to educate, not only educate, but make a difference here in our community, especially here in the Fresno and Clovis areas. So we are working together. Our mission is to bring people together, educate them, teach them, and help join us in making a difference here in our valley. So today is what? Thursday, January the 11th, 2024. A whole new year, everybody. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for tuning in with us. And we got something that we want to say. Y'all ready for some sizzle?
Ready
Yes,
for some
ma'am.
Oh, we got some sizzle. Let's hit it. Sizzle time.
President Donald Trump was in court today arguing that he's immune from prosecution from his time as president. Federal judges are casting skepticism on that claim, but they also question if they have jurisdiction to consider his appeal. Trump is challenging the charges against him that he plotted to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. His lawyers were pressed on their argument that Trump can't be criminally charged because Trump says his actions were official duties.
Under your interpretation of the impeachment judgment clause, if President Trump had been convicted when he was previously impeached on same or related conduct as that which is in this indictment, the government could properly prosecute him for that same or related conduct. Yes or no?
Potentially.
Trump's argument was rejected last month by a lower court judge. The case could end up in the Supreme Court. Trump is speaking out following the announcement of his appeal in the case.
I feel that as a president, you have to have immunity, very simple. And if you don't, as an example, if this case were lost on immunity and I did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong, I'm working for the country. And I worked on very hard on voter fraud.
Trump repeated his unproven and often debunked claims of widespread voter fraud. He claims special counsel Jack Smith's case against him is prosecution of a political opponent by the Justice Department under President Biden. Biden maintains that he has no involvement in Trump's case.
Okay, you guys. Now, Kendra, could you tell me why would a president of the United States of America need immunity? Because he was fighting voter fraud, he says.
Well, only time he said he did nothing wrong. So the only time you do nothing wrong, I don't see what you need looking for immunity from. What do you need immunity for if you didn't do anything wrong? This, like I said before, this dude is just spiraling and really playing with the system a little just too much, and they're allowing him to a little too much, and he's just making a mockery out of it. Jack Smith brought this to the courts for federal because the case that he's trying him for is the January 6th case. So he kept hollering immunity, I got immunity, I got immunity. So Jack Smith said, okay, well, let's go to the federal court then. Let's get this immunity thing over with so you can stop saying that. So now we got to wait for that. So, yeah, he's not making any sense.
Okay, Rhonda?
So I have very little to say, but what I will say is that he only wants immunity because then he feels like you can't touch him.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason. So it's like, and it's silly. It's just silly.
Lily?
Well, yeah, he needs immunity because he did a lot of stuff. He did a whole lot of stuff, and he did wrong.
91
Yeah,
indictments.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he committed all 91
All
those cases.
91?
I
All
believe
91.
he did.
Yeah.
And I look at him because I'm like this here. If you walk like a duck, quack like a duck, then you are a duck. So that's Trump. Trump has done so much of dirt, and to be honest with you, people are scared of him.
Yeah.
They are scared. They had to call the bomb squad out to one of the judges' homes.
Yeah.
He was involved. I bet he was involved in that as well. Trump do dirt and as they say, throw rocks and hide your hands. But what he needs to understand is what's done in the dark is coming to light. So hopefully they do the right thing. This man, I said hopefully if they need to do the right thing. And they probably won't do the right thing. I'm wondering about
this. I'm sorry. I'm wondering about the Supreme Court. Because he's going to take all 91 indictments to the Supreme Court.
Yes, and
they
they
go
go
91. All 91.
And
if he get convicted of all, he's going to take all 91 to the Supreme Court because he's got 3 of them he's appointed there. He's very confident that they're going to not follow the Constitution and the 14th Amendment, that he needs to be removed off the ballots. He shouldn't have he announced 2 years early before anybody was thinking about running. I think they should have just started that early. But in no time like the president, he don't need to be on there. The 14th Amendment, Section 3. It reads it, it explains it, just plain as day. So for a Supreme Court to not follow it, that is scary.
It is very scary.
But what get me is, and if he was a black man and he did that, let's just say Barack Obama, if he did what Trump did,
no, he could have did one.
Right. I'm just saying, if he did what Trump did, you know exactly what would happen to him.
Minus 90.
Right. They
minus 90.
Oh, girl, exactly. If he'd have did one, if he even looked like he was going to do it,
they would not let him on the ballot.
Exactly.
They would have stopped him.
This man has been taught since he was little that, their skin, I mean, most of them, majority have, people who don't look like us have been taught that makes them better. Their skin color makes them better, puts them above everybody else, puts them above the law. They've been taught that since they were little. So, eventually you're supposed to grow out of it and grow up. And he did not. Trump did not.
Right. And another thing that really baffled me about Trump is the comments.
That in no way do I enable Donald Trump to ever be president of the United States again.
So that was the big news. Late today, the former governor of New Jersey dropped out of the race in New Hampshire. You saw it there. There's a lot of speculation now that there could be a combining of forces of the people who supported him. He had about 12% there. And by some estimates, you're ahead by an average of 14 in the Real Clear Politics average polling in New Hampshire. So if that 12 goes to Nikki Haley, she could give you a run for your money there.
Well, you know, you have Democrats in New Hampshire, and they vote, and you have independents in New Hampshire in large numbers, and they vote. And I have polls that show me leading by a tremendous amount in New Hampshire and a lot in Iowa, and nationwide we're leading by almost 60 points. So I'm not exactly worried about it. I understand New Hampshire very well. I've won it twice.
Okay, so it was actually Christie. So I'm sorry, but he's a Republican, and you see how he talk about him because he got out the race because he was calling Trump on everything that Trump was doing. So it's really sad. I seen that whole situation with him when he did his final speech. And he was really disappointed. But you seen what he said. He's going to do everything to get him not elected. Do you guys know why he don't want him elected?
Because he's dirty. And he know what Trump is getting ready to do. And people here in America, for some reason, they just as blind as a bat.
I think because they want to keep saying that he's the gas prices. They want to keep saying inflation. They want to keep saying the border. You know, that's been their song and dance for a long time. And they're not telling everybody that the reason that gas prices and food is high is because of the pandemic, which he let in the United States.
Right.
Okay, but they don't want to talk about that.
Right.
But they won't have to worry about gas prices and nothing like that if he gets in, because he's going to rewrite the Constitution. And we can be doing some other stuff like before, back in the 1900s, again, that they can bring back to today. People are not understanding that, you know, and that's what they need to get serious and grow up and stop acting. The economy is doing well. They got everybody thinking it's terrible. Minimum wage, minimum wage has went up. Gas prices are not $6 and $7 no more.
Right.
I mean, people are not saying anything about that because he's entertaining the courts and everybody else. So he's kind of sucking all the oxygen from them, from what Biden is actually really doing. And like I said, they won't have to worry about gas prices, food prices, or nothing if we don't have a democracy.
That's true. Rhonda?
I feel the same way. She just said it. It's a lot of time and energy wasted.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. A lot of our money wasted.
Yeah.
Right. Well, just like I said, you know, people are just sitting back and you're just watching what this man doing.
Yeah.
And you okay with it. And that's what gets me. You okay with it. You don't worry. You're not worried about who this is going to hurt when this crazy man get in office, if he get in office. And it's, you know,
they're hyping him up even more with the court appearance. He don't even have to show up to the court. He's just there for just entertainment.
Right.
Like he taking mug shots and putting them on shirts. And this is not a game. This is not a game. He should be really in trouble.
And you know, then the comments.
And even sorry, go ahead.
And then the comments that he make, you know, when he, you know, get in office, how he can have his opponents murdered and all this stuff, and they okay with it. But you and I can't make a comment like that.
No.
We'll go to jail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they just, well, and I know he got some psychological issues because he's still saying he's president.
Yeah.
And you're not.
And he's saying Barack Obama is still Joe Biden's boss. But you know what? I don't want to say that. Everybody, but Joe Biden's senile. No.
And those people really, the saddest thing about the whole situation is they really believe it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
They really
his poll
believe
numbers
it.
are going up, and they're just hyping him up even more with all of this.
He's
and then when
look
some
at the
don't go
polls.
his way,
He's a
when
con
some don't
artist.
go his way,
But a
it's
lot
on
of
the
the
Gregor.
Democrats, I believe this, a lot of the Democrats are not voting, maybe the independents, because they done got tired of all this mess.
Yeah.
And they feel like their vote don't count.
Yeah. Well,
So
they need to.
we have this platform here, and
Right.
we're going to encourage everybody to go and vote. We're going to be doing different segments here on Let's Talk to show you exactly what's going on in our election systems, even here in California. It's really important for everyone to go register to vote, because if we don't stand up our democracy is going to be over with. Look at what he tried last time. So we're wondering, why would they want to elect him again? And they knew what he did the first time.
Well, he's got I call it the 3 R's: the retarded, the racist, and the rich. That's who his supporters are.
Right.
Because so you can't tell me nothing's wrong with you if you don't see anything wrong with this man running the country. If you don't, then something is loose, something's gone.
Right.
I don't know what it is. So, and they can get offended if they want. It's just how I feel, you know?
You're right.
Yeah.
And we got to stick together. We have to vote, encourage everybody, students, everyone that's older, 18 and older, to get a card, register now.
Yes.
We need these votes. They all add up. It's really important. But we're going to finish this topic we're going to finish this topic when we come back. We're going to take a quick break. All right.
All right.
Let's talk it out. Say what you wanna say.
Okay, welcome back. We got another a third sizzle for you. Guess who it's about? Katt Williams. Y'all been hearing that gossip?
Yeah.
Let's take a look about what he said when he was calling himself telling the truth about everything.
I don't really know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too. So I know how much they talked about Martin Luther King, and I know what they end up doing to him. I know this same story about Jesus and a few of my uncles. So now I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, and that's what that is. Otherwise, you're on the front line of this battle. And those of us who understand that this is a part of what comes with it.
Okay.
The problems
Can
of the
you
rich.
tell me a little bit about what you think about what he said?
Well, there's some truth to it. There's some truth to that. I think they all got too much money. You know, they need to just give some to the poor. You know, pay some taxes or something, you know?
Okay,
That's what I mean. I don't really care.
So, you know, recently he's been on another tangent talking about the comedians, right? Have you seen that one? So I believe he's on a truth mission. Like, I feel like he just feels like he just needs to be honest. He needs to tell the truth. And he's just really trying to get it out there. And I don't know, fortunate or unfortunate, he has a platform to do it. And so he's doing it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think as well. He's talking about how he's telling the truth about a lot of things that different comedians are doing. And it's coming back on him. It's more like backfiring. But Katt is a smart guy. I mean, very, very intelligent man.
Very.
And I think, me personally, I think it needs to be brought out. Because if you doing dirt to your brother or your sister, you need to be punished for it. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's talking about it. And I, you know, kudos to him. I know he knows that, you know, it's coming to him. That's just like different what was it, comedians, actors, and all this stuff. You know, they talk about things that's happening in their world that we don't know nothing about.
Right.
How different ones turn on them. See, you know, the Bible don't lie. The love of money is the root of all evil. So now evil is coming out, and that's what Katt is talking about. But you know what? I just pray that God keep his armor protection around him, because the only thing I can see is somebody offing him behind his truth.
Well, he's, you know, I did have something to say then, because now I just have to listen to y'all first, so I can figure out what to say. But I just think, I mean, he made a choice to do that, okay? And I think, but before you know, throw stones, you should kind of look at yourself too. If you want to tell the truth about somebody else, look in the mirror and tell the truth about yourself, because I'm sure you're not squeaky clean and perfect either.
Oh, true.
So he made a choice to do that, and so now that it's backfiring, and hey, he's in a position where that could happen to him. I hope nothing happens to him, but he did make that, because he made a choice. That's just like a snitch making a choice to be a snitch.
Yeah,
you know?
but you know, I went to see him when he came here, and he did some real talk. And see, that's one thing about Katt Williams. If he did something, he gonna tell it. Just like he was talking about how he got high with Snoop Dogg, and he was saying the type of drugs that Snoop, he'd tell it.
Yeah,
He's not gonna hide it. Why hide it? I mean, if you did it, you did it.
Right.
Now you got people that's in that industry that's not going to admit, oh yeah, I got high. Oh yeah, I did this and I did that. I never did nothing like that. When actuality, you did. Now he done talked about P. Diddy and his mess, and he talked about T.D. Jakes and his mess. He didn't lie. He did not lie. There's a lot of people say, oh, I don't believe that happened. It happened.
I don't think. Well, I don't think that. I mean, I'm sure it probably did happen, but like I said, he's not squeaky clean, and just because he decides to tell people about it, don't make him okay either.
No, but I'm just saying.
You know,
But I think that he's open to that.
And
I think
everybody, and he's throwing out high things about that people are like a higher up that people can possibly look up to for what? Is he trying to change their mind or just be? I mean, I'm just looking at motive. What is the motive for that?
Well, it's a lot.
Because he feels it's his job to.
No, it's some things that happen with him, for one, they stole a lot of his. What is it?
His jokes.
Yes, stole a lot of his jokes and everything, and try to make it seem like that's something they did. They got paid for that.
Yeah, it used to be Elvis. Elvis used to steal people's stuff too. Elvis Presley.
They didn't
stole
give
everybody's
they didn't
songs.
Give, right, but they didn't give Katt nothing.
He didn't. Right, they stole it.
Right.
Elvis Presley.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna tell
he
you
was stealing a lot of the black people, and they were like really coming out because they couldn't come out with their music. So he was singing because he was white.
Okay, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Katt Williams seemed like he had a lot to say.
He did.
He needed to get it off
And
his
he
heart.
wanted to get it off his chest, and he said he's not worried about them. And he probably did it for several reasons. We just don't know. I'm sure it just wasn't one reason. But let's wrap this one up, this subject up about Katt Williams, and see what he said about Taraji. Let's watch this clip.
I don't know if you saw this, but Taraji P. Henson got extremely emotional the other day. She was giving an interview.
Yes.
And saying that they're vastly underpaid. And say the math is not mathing. They get X amount of dollars by the time Uncle Sam get his cut, by the time the agency get their cut, and what you see they were supposed to get is a fraction of that. Where do you come down on that, Katt?
It was the saddest thing ever, because imagine being in your genre, in your sub-niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane, that to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're going to give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all. And they not making my pay go up because I'm doing better or nothing. It don't matter to them that I'm famous and people know me or nothing. They want to pay me exactly what they paying the new girl. And I've been suffering under it for a decade now and just taking it. I just been getting whooped. But I just got to come say, this is wrong. We should be ashamed. But this is a country where we don't pay the teachers, and then we say the kids is the most important thing. You can't have both of them. If you do that, we're going to end up with a generation that can't read. Guess what? Generation Z and A can't read. Why? Because who was giving them a book? We gave them an iPad or a phone, and now the letters don't mean there's no cursive writing.
Right.
Sorry about that. So yeah, this is what period of time it's in. It's the period where the victims get to say, they've been hurting me for a long time.
Wow, what you guys think about that?
Now, I totally agree with him on that one. You know, that there's some good truth there. So, you know, that's something that's you know, going all around. You know, it's not just pinpointing a certain person, but this is happening, and it is messed up. It is messed up when you don't feel like you're worth. I deal with that most of the times at work and everything else. You know, like just, you know, certain people getting paid more than others, you know, or who they feel like better than somebody else, or somebody that's got, you know, way more experience not getting as paid as much as they do. And everybody needs to get paid, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, so he's right about that. He is.
Lil?
Yeah, I agree with what Katt is saying. It's not right. Like she said, it's not right. Somebody, you know, say for instance, you are way up here, you're a popular actress or actor. And they have someone to come in and work in, and you guys shooting this movie. And the next thing you know, you sitting there and you were promised a certain amount of money. Then you come to find out that you're not getting paid that. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. You said that you was going to pay me this. But it's bad when you got your own people slaving you out like that. And then some people, oh, you said slave. Yes, you can. Slaving your own people.
Yeah,
when they have,
it's work.
Yeah, and I'm like, they bust they behind just like you do. But just because you got the rings, you feel like that you can treat somebody that's less fortunate than you are, treat them like crap. But honey, I'm gonna tell you, my mother used to say, it's easy climbing the ladder.
On your
When
way
you
back
fall,
down.
that fall is gonna be so hard. And she always told me, she said, make sure you give them a pillow to cushion their fall. And that's what's gonna happen. Because all of their dirt is coming out. All these people that's way up high, and that's been, hide behind things. Now it's coming out. Everybody can see it.
I agree.
And I'm like, instead of you being, smart enough, come on now, people. You smarter than this. You can look and see what these people are doing.
But I think just because they have money and things like that, I think people hold them to a standard. Like I always say, when somebody put a uniform on, a police officer, a doctor, that is a uniform. That's it. That is a human being under there. And if you're a messed up human being, then that's what you are.
Yep.
Yeah, Rhonda?
Period. So, love Taraji, right? And she's bold for coming out. And I think what's happening is what Lilly said. I think a lot of people that are real high are getting ready to come down real low because things are being exposed. And I think that Taraji felt, because if you see the interview, before she even begins to talk, she's emotional.
Right.
And the tears, because she's, like she said, I'm tired. And I'm an actress. I'm a great actress. People know who I am. I'm making money. I make movies. And yet you told me you were going to pay me this amount of money and you didn't. That's rough. That's rough. So I believe Katt started it with the truth coming out. Yes. And I think that we're going to hear a lot more of things coming out.
Yes, and we're going to be here to tell you about it. We're going to be here to tell you about it. Okay, we'll be right back after this message. Check them out, you guys. Welcome back. The holidays is over, everybody. So I want to hear a little bit about about you guys' holiday.
Mine?
What y'all do?
Well, I worked on Christmas, okay, and I had a party for the day after for my mom, so we did have a good time, and I was off the next day, so that was good. My New Year, I thought I had to work, but I called and looked at my schedule. I was like, I was off. I was like, oh my goodness. So I got to cooking soul food and everything else. I went to the store.
Didn't tell me to come get a plate.
I knew he was going to say that. Yeah, I made some soul food and greens and all kind of stuff. So I just went to the store and showed out.
Did you?
Yeah.
Don't show out without inviting me over.
Okay, I got you next time.
Rhonda, how about you?
My holiday was good. It was very good. So y'all don't judge me, but it was the first time I made dressing. And it was bomb. It was very good. It was bomb. I was like, yep.
See how they be cooking?
Yep. My son, just by nature, is just this great cook. So, he came over and he called himself directing me. I'm like, I kind of know what I'm doing.
Right.
But it was good. It was easy. It was fast.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Next time.
Right?
We have a whole plate of food.
Lily?
Well, okay, Christmas. For Christmas Eve, we went to my nephew's home and we had a pajama party. But I wasn't allowed to go outside because earlier that month I had the flu and it was bad. So my husband made me stay in the house, so I had to look out the door and at them partying and stuff. Christmas Day, my husband and I and the boys, we exchanged gifts. We ate breakfast. It was beautiful. We had steaks, eggs. It was so good.
Good food to make you do that.
Yes, New Year's Day. Mama got up early and Mama made some gumbo.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes, Mama made a big pot of gumbo. Boys and different family members came over and we ate. After that, Mama packed her bags. Mama flew to Hawaii.
All right.
I took a girls' trip.
Nice.
Oh, my Lord. Hawaii. I wish I could. Oh, look how sexy I am. Hawaii. Hawaii. Oh, my gosh. It is so beautiful. The people there are so friendly. I mean, I thought I was in another world because
It felt like another world.
girl, because the people were so friendly. It's like you ask them a question. Oh, where is this at? And you know, some people go down the street and turn away.
Yeah.
No, oh, come on. And they walk with you.
They actually
And
take
they showing you around. I was like, they were so friendly. And one of my friends, she had a stress fracture in her foot, and she was driving a little cart, and she knocked over some cans. And, you know, and here in California, we look at the friends and walk away and just laugh at them. But all these people, I've never seen that many people. They came, and I was like, oh, Jesus. And they was asking, are you okay? And they were stacking the cans, and I was like,
Where am
what
I?
the heck? They were so friendly. And it was like, I just couldn't get over it. I was like, I told my husband, the people here are friendly. The birds was friendly. They was like right here. They had chickens, free range chickens. The rooster always had his hand by him. I said, he was in love. I said, yeah, this girl with him. I said, I'm like, they were better than the human beings here in the United States. I mean, in Fresno, they was, in California, they was had they woman right bound. One woman.
And it's not how much was it? Was it expensive?
No, it was not expensive. I thought it was expensive. It was actually, I think it was $350 or $340 something round trip.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
That's good.
I was so excited.
I want to do the thing. Let's go to Hawaii
Right?
next year. or the next year, 225.
Yeah, I want to go.
That would be a good thing for us.
It'll be a girl trip.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Husbands can come too, but
I might
I was
try.
at the beach. I was so sexy and romantical.
Right?
yeah, we gotta do something. We're gonna have to do something,
Lily.
But I heard that you was gigging.
Girl, yeah, I was hula.
Can we get the clip? Could we please get that clip?
okay.
Can we see that clip?
girl?
All right, that's the way you party, girl, in Hawaii.
Oh my
That is
God.
Hey, go back when I'm taking this.
Right.
I want to do that.
I got 300 of them.
Right? We're counting our coins. We're going.
We count our coins. So
Yeah.
seriously, I'm glad you had a good time. You're
I
such
did.
a hard worker too, and I admire you for all the hard work you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
And you deserved it, grow.
Thank
Been
you.
sick, and you did the New Year's thing, and then you went to Hawaii.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my holiday. Me and my husband actually stayed home together on Christmas and cooked together. New Year's, I think we were sick in the bed.
Oh.
And so that's how we spent our New Year, just talking to each other. Well, baby, you still sick? You feel good? Yeah, baby, I feel good. You gonna be all right? Yeah, I'll be all right. So we was just looking at each other and saying, oh, we had, so how many New Years we had together? We counted them. We was like, I think it's 6. I said, well, we'll do good on the 7th one.
Do better.
Because I think we had fun all the other ones we did. So
Yeah.
yeah, we had a really, really good time too. And the best thing about it is family. When you get a chance to spend time with your family, because you never know.
Right.
So anytime anybody get a chance to spend time with their family, they need to do it.
Yes.
You know,
Important.
and it is the New Year. Do anybody got any New Year's resolutions?
I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. I do believe it's a New Year's start over,
Okay.
right? Means maybe write some things that are wrong, write them. I had so real quick, I had a girlfriend and we had a little beef kind of going on accidentally. And I thought, before the New Year comes in, I'm going to call her and just let's sit down and talk. We're grown women. And it was very successful and it was cool. And I feel like I didn't bring that into the new year.
That is so wonderful. You have a good heart.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, if everybody thought that way, the phone would have been ringing off the line before New Year's. What about you, Kendra?
I didn't really make a New Year's resolution. I just want to stay spiritual and just try to stay calm. I just really want to keep a level head and a clear mind.
Okay.
That's what I want to keep.
You can do it.
I want to maintain, climb
Do
and
you
maintain.
breathing techniques?
No.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to talk.
Yeah, okay. I'll take whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you already told us about you didn't tell us about the New Year resolution, though.
I hadn't planned one. I just put, I'm more like to myself now. I just don't like being around phony people. I'm like, so I just stay to myself. It's just me and my husband and the Lord. So, and my children. So if we cool, we cool. We laugh and talk, we be together. As friends, that's fine. But you know what? I'm not gonna do a lot of things that I did last year for us. You trying to hold on to something that don't want to be held on to. So you just leave it alone and just
let it go.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna do me.
Well, I'm so emotional right now, but I'm going to tell you guys what my New Year's resolution is. It's to do a nonprofit for my baby. It's going to be called Deshaun A. Martin Autism Foundation.
Oh,
very nice.
Right.
So I want to get all the autistic kids together and do a prom and have cameras, lights, and action, all their favorite music and their desserts and their snacks every single year, and make sure that I pay for everything, their dresses, their hair, their makeup, and the boys, I want to make sure I pay for their tux.
Very nice.
And I want them to get together and do the autistic thing, and I want to get them a limo and chauffeur them there. So that's one of the things that I got planned, and then I want to do something for them for the summer too, because see, my son was autistic, and everybody know that he passed away in 2/21. So that's DM Entertainment, but we got to do something for the children with autism also. And he loved to dance, and he loved to eat. He loved it. So I want to. I know how to deal with the autistic children. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on also besides the talk show. So I'm really happy to announce that because that's something really close to my heart.
You need to get like a little Walkman that you could give him or something, right? Because he loved to wear his earphones, right? I mean, that would be...
Oh, you remember that, huh? He loved music. He always had his Walkman and stuff.
Right, always had his Walkman.
Yeah, give everybody one. Yes, and play all his good favorite songs. So I'm just really happy to that's one of the New Year's resolutions me and my husband have. And hopefully my husband will get to do his book of poetry. I'm involved in it too because, I'll be talking to him. His case study. He like to share all the stuff with me. And we want to also, we're going to do Bo's Flavor. He's going to put his flavor on the shelves probably by Christmas.
Okay.
So we got a couple of things. And me, myself, I just want to become a more compassionate person. I want to be calm, be a little bit more understanding, and do what I can do, be a better wife. A better mother. Nice. I write down all them things and be a better friend. And look at myself instead of looking at anybody else about my problems. I want to look at myself instead of looking at this person as the problem. So hopefully I can get these resolutions together. It ain't no losing weight because the weight gonna come off anyway.
It's gonna come off.
Gonna do its own thing.
Yeah, and voting and things, we really got to work on that together. I want us to be, as women, I want us to learn how to stick together and be able to trust one another so we can do some things here in Fresno.
Right.
That's it. So another thing we want to share is that PG&E, they got $55 million to help anybody on low income to pay their bills, any past due bills. So I think it's reach. So please check it out. We'll have it. You see, it's right there. They have the 55 million, and they gave it to the REACH program. So call REACH to get your discount, especially if your PG&E bill is high. And we'll be. I'm gonna call REACH too, because
Never know.
PG&E bill actually good. But the past dues, though, they
they roll around.
them past dues,
they roll
maybe they can
around.
help you with them past dues, And so, all right, we're going to take a quick break before we go. We're going to do a little bit about sports and what's going on this weekend. And we have a sports challenge, and we'll talk about it when we come back before we end the show.
Let's talk it out. Say what you wanna
Welcome back. Let's talk about sports.
Sports.
Let's talk.
Sports.
Let's
All right, let's talk sports. I wanted Richard to be out here, but he said that he didn't feel like getting on set today, because he's working in the back. So we'll go ahead and do this, ladies. We can do this sports thing.
I think sports thing.
Okay. Well, we want to see a clip about all the teams that's going to be playing this weekend before we talk about the challenge.
All right, to the pros. The NFL playoffs are set. What a good time in sports. And we got some intriguing matchups for the wild card. Tyreek Hill will return to KC as the Dolphins take on his former team, where the projected weather is supposed to feel like 0 degrees. Okay, changes for Miami. Then another return, and what some might call the Dan Orlovsky Bowl. Matthew Stafford. Dio, I know you hear me. Matthew Stafford will return to Detroit. All right, he called this one. I'll give you that, Dan. You are quite the prognosticator, where he played for 12 seasons as his Rams take on Jared Goff in the Lions. Here's the full schedule for next weekend's wildcard round. I cannot wait. So we got 3 AFC games Saturday and Sunday, in addition to the Chiefs-Dolphins game. The Browns will play the Texans. How about Joe Flacco? And the Steelers will take on the Bills. The Sunday NFC games feature Mike McCarthy's Cowboys hosting the Packers, and the Eagles and Bucks cap things off Monday on ESPN and ABC.
All right, the Cowboys. How about the Cowboys? Hey, we'll see y'all in Texas Stadium. We're going to see what y'all going to do.
We're gonna rope
It'll be a
them
good
up.
game.
We're going to rope them up.
Are you a Cowboy fan too?
Yes.
What fan you is?
Well, I'm guilty by association, so I'd say 49er. Sorry. Guilty by association.
That's okay, sweetheart. I'm married to a 49er fan.
There you go.
Oh, wow, y'all be having it out.
Good
Huh?
man. Good man.
Rhonda, who you going to be going for this weekend?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
But let me say, because if I don't say, my honey's a Raider.
Oh.
So I am a Raiderette.
Oh, okay. All right.
My son is a Cowboys fan.
And
so.
I'm a Raider hater.
My husband is a Raider hater too. So. And so I'm gonna tell you something. I'm excited because I really want to see how Dak do. You know, he can do it. And KC is my other team. Y'all know I got 2 teams, AFC, NFC, and
I'm sick of Dak. I'm gonna just say that. I'm just sick of him.
but I think he can make it a little progress. We win at home most of the time.
I know, but still, he
we go to
irks
San
me.
Francisco. We gonna be that's gonna be. I don't know if. Hey, we can do it. Y'all, they ain't unbeatable. They ain't unbeatable. But anyway, you guys, we got a challenge. Remember our Super Bowl challenge? If anybody who's watching, if you get on our Facebook, inbox us, or even on our Facebook page, because it's going to tell the date and the time, from now until Monday, you tell us who you think will be in the Super Bowl. The first person who gets the 2 teams will receive $500.
All right.
500. You only got a couple of days to do it, though. You got to do it before. Matter of fact, you're going to do it Saturday before the Well, today Thursday.
Yeah.
You guys got till tomorrow because we don't want y'all to see them games and then try to decide. You guys got until Friday to text us and tell us who will be going to the Super Bowl. And I didn't say who was going to win the Super Bowl. I said who going to be going to the Super Bowl. And if you pick those correct teams, the first person who do receive $500. So y'all better get the texting right now. It's Let's Talk DM Entertainment on Facebook, and our website is letstalkdm.com. So get on there right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.